If you want to trade with me, I have a shadow trading program where you will be added to a private group and receive alerts in a moment's notice anytime I enter and exit a trade. Click the link in the description below and let's start making this money together. Hey, how's it going today, everyone? Just want to bring you in here for this recap of January's full shadow trading month results. I don't think I've done one of these in a little while, so I figured, hey, let's go ahead and do one for January. It was certainly another good month of shadow trading, and I just wanted to cover the day-to-day trades that we got into and the results for them. But briefly here before we start, this is last night's trade, the last trade for the month of January. We actually entered at the tail end of this 15-minute candle with just 1 minute to spare until the final hour started. So we entered right here at 6:59, just at the end of this candle, for a sell position on AUD USD. And as you can see, we did enter just at the open of this candle, so we were able to get in at $50.25 on a sell position, meaning essentially a dead 50-50 split on the position. And just 15 minutes later at 7:17 we exited with at $32.50, so just at about an $18 profit per contract, almost half of the full potential profit. Normally we do hit at least half or a little more than half of our full profit potential before we exit, but this was a relatively short-term position, and we were also right here at a support, which I had a feeling we would bounce back, and I didn't know how much higher we would bounce, and I didn't want to risk us losing out on this position. So in the end, we would have won had we held into expiration anyways, but I do feel like this was the best call at the time. So just wanted to cover that. So that was a nice trade from last night. But going into this month's shadow trading results for week 1, the 2nd through the 6th, on session 1 we had 0 total trades. The market was just not presenting us with any good opportunities. And as you guys know, you don't want to manifest these opportunities yourself. You want to allow the markets to present you with golden opportunities, these perfect storm opportunities. So never force a trade. If I feel it's in the best interest for us to just not enter a trade, if it feels too risky, then we won't. And some nights we just won't have a trade. But as you'll see as it progresses, this is sometimes a recurring theme that will happen. But in the end, it does prove to be the most reliable way to ensure profitability long term, to make sure we don't get into any trades unless we are fully confident in the position. So actually, I'm going to make sure I have more time to cover these next trades, so I'll be back in just a second. I'm going to restart. Alright, so we're back here, everyone. Just wanted to restart the screen recorder so that way I had the maximum time allowed for us to get in all these results. So that was session 1. We had 0 total trades because the market did not present us any good opportunities. But on session 2, we actually had 3 total trades that night, and they were all winners. So we scalped out with nice profits on all 3 positions. Session 3, another night where we had 0 trades. Session 4, we did have 1 total trade that night, and it was a winner. Session 5, we had 0 trades that night also. And then we had a bonus opportunity that week. Anytime I have a bonus opportunity, that is usually a intra-daily position, a weekly position, or something like that, just outside of the regular session, which is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we did have a win on a bonus opportunity, which concludes week 1 with 5 wins and 0 losses. Starting up with week 2, the 9th through the 13th, on session 1 we had 0 total trades. Session 2 we had 2 wins and 1 loss. On the loss, it was actually just a break even or a small loss depending on when you got in according to my alert. So either a very minimal loss or a break even on that losing position. On session 3 we had 1 total win and 1 total loss. We still ended up profiting overall because our win did outweigh the loss that night, so we did hold those both into expiration, and the winner was started as an out of the money position and concluded as a winner, so we still were able to profit overall. Session 4 we had 1 total trade and it was a winner. On session 5 we had 0 total trades, concluding week 2 with 4 wins and 2 losses. Week 3 here we start this is the 16th to the 20th. For session 1 we had 2 total trades which were both winners. Session 2, we had one total trade. It was a total loss, unfortunately. Session 3, we had one total trade and it was a winner also. Session 4 was one total trade, also a win. And then on Session 5, we did have another losing position, which concludes week 3, the 16th through the 20th, with 4 wins and 2 losses. Starting up with week 4, the 23rd through the 27th, we had Session 1 with one total trade and it was a winner. Session 2, one more total trade, it was a win as well. Session 3, we had 0 total trades that session. Session 4, we had one total trade, it was also a winner. And Session 5, no trades for that evening because the market, like before, had not presented any solid opportunities that I felt very confident in entering. So that concludes week 4, a little bit of a slower week, but we still had 3 wins with 0 losses, so that was a fantastic week as well. And then concluding our final 2 sessions for the month of January, I called this week 5, but really it's just the 30th and the 31st. Session 1, we had one total trade, it was a win. And then last night, the trade that I showed you here, where we entered just at the tail end of this 15-minute candle and got that $18 profit within 15 minutes. That was a win also, which concludes with 2 wins for these 2 sessions, one on each session. And this concludes the entire month with 18 wins and 4 losses, with a total of 81% win rate. And based on where we entered and exited, if you started with $890, you would be at $1,080 with just about over a 21% return on account size. So if you started with, let's say, $1,000, you would have made about $210 or so on. So if that kind of gives you an idea, and that's trading one contract, by the way. So for those who scale up or down, well, one contract is the minimum, but that gives you an idea for a good account starting size. And also the results. This won't always be the results. Sometimes we make a little more, other times you may make a little less, but I figured I would include those numbers this time since people often ask, what's the expected return in accordance with the win rate, because sometimes the win rate isn't good enough just by itself. You kind of want to know, hey, if I started with this much, how much would I be at the end? So just wanted to include that this time, guys. If you want to shadow trade with us, be sure to check out the link in the description below. Also check out the Informed Traders educational package if you want to learn how to trade exactly like you see here on your own time. So that concludes the January 2022 shadow trading recap. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace. If you want to trade with me, I have a shadow trading program where you will be added to a private group and receive alerts in a moment's notice anytime I enter and exit a trade. Click the link in the description below, and let's start making this money together.